trailer for this movie has 70 million views. That alone should tell you how many people are waiting to see it. It's the epic battle between two of the biggest and most epic creatures of all time. Godzilla vs. Kong might end up being the best movie of the year, assuming the movie is like the trailer. So here is the untold truth about Godzilla vs. Kong. Let's dive right into it, shall we? What's the movie about? As the title suggests, this is going to be the epic battle that we haven't seen in more than 50 years. The remake is going to be the final battle between the two, as director Adam Wingard revealed that he doesn't like the idea of not having a winner. Even in the first and original movie, he wanted to see who would win the monstrous battle to the death. Wingard says that he's going to focus on the emotional side. Yes, there will be a lot of cool fights and a ton of jaw-dropping kills, but he wants the viewers emotionally invested into the movie. Wingard wants us to feel the same things the monsters are feeling. But returning to those twists that we mentioned briefly, this movie is going to be about the fight. It's going to be about history. It's going to be about how these two godlike monsters became mortal enemies. And it has something to do with Godzilla being a bad deity. Now, let's not waste any more time, and let's start talking about all of the things we should be expecting from this movie. The Mecha Godzilla.
Oh yeah, sure, let's bring him in for a beer.
In Godzilla, King of the Monsters, there was a little teaser at the end of the movie. There's this news article that talks about how Monarch is sending troops to Skull Island, when it's obviously really dangerous. The reporter then claimed that this top-secret government project involves building a mechanized giant on Skull Island. And we have every right to believe them. Why? Because during one marketing event of Godzilla vs. Kong, we saw a Mecha Godzilla being featured in the battle scene between the two kings. And if you look closely at the second shorter trailer, you will see that King Kong and Godzilla were covered with a red light, indicating that the new Mecha Godzilla will have red lasers illuminating his body. Then you can see Mechagodzilla's reflection in Godzilla's eye. The image is so clear, you can even see him reaching out with one mechanical clamp and trying to capture Godzilla. And then take a look at the first trailer. In the very beginning, somewhere around second 3, there's a lot of people running down the stairs. They're running away from something. But what? Again, we had to watch the video in slow-mo to realize that the picture of a Mechagodzilla is actually present in that shot. And yes, he still has those red lights all over. And yes, the robot does look like Mechagodzilla. Looking closely at the blueprints, you will notice that there's a number there. That number reads number 424341C. If you Google this number, you will realize that it's the serial number of the 1970s Mechagodzilla toy. If this isn't a huge spoiler, we don't know what is. And toys have been the main problem for this show. Walmart and some other stores have recently listed Godzilla vs. Kong toys. One of them is unsurprisingly an 11-inch Mechagodzilla with glowing red spikes on his back. Still, this doesn't mean that you will have a third enemy against whom Godzilla and King Kong are going to unite. There will only be Godzilla and King Kong left to fight to the death. After all, this would be in accordance with Wingard's preference. There were ancient worshippers of Godzilla.
There can't be two Alpha Titans.
There's this one poster that came out of the promotion of Godzilla vs. Kong, and it got our attention. Why? Because there was something odd about the picture. Now, we understand that Godzilla and Kong are going to fight, but at the bottom, there were these stick figures that are holding spears in their hands, and they're either siding with Kong or Godzilla. So, where did they come from? Well, from what we saw in the previous Godzilla movies, we know that there was this ancient civilization that worshipped him. These people and their cities date back to well over 10,000 years. This is well before the natives of Skull Island worshipping King Kong settled there. Now, we should point out that Godzilla was a bad god. The people had to worship him out of fear, and those that were tired of fearing for their lives finally joined King Kong, which is why in the cave painting shows on the poster, King Kong has a lot fewer soldiers fighting for him. This battle predates civilization itself, so we're assuming that the reason they've been holding a grudge for so long is because King Kong actually wanted to protect the ancient rebels. all while Godzilla only wanted loyalty and obedience. Well, looks like that didn't work out too well, now did it? King Kong's axe is made from Godzilla's ancestors. Now do you see why these two can't get along? I mean, when you're wielding an axe that you took from the Hollow World, which we'll talk about in a second, then you're just asking for trouble. But Kong had no other option. He knew that Godzilla's atomic breath was too deadly, so he decided to get some tools. The weapon of choice was this crazy axe that looks like it has one of Godzilla's scales as the head, one of the Godzilla species' bones as a handle, and some sort of rope holding it all together. We just hope it's not the intestines of those ancestors. This axe is able to absorb and redirect Godzilla's breath. We're assuming that that's because it's built from those back spikes on Godzilla. They always light up blue before he shoots. So maybe they act as the collector of the atomic breath. That's where the energy is stored and used on every blast. Wouldn't it be cool if Kong could use that charge in the axe as Thor uses his hammer? We've gotten a glimpse of Hollow World. This is one of the last things that the show kind of hinted at in the trailer. If you see the second 1-minute trailer released by Warner Bros., you will have a split-second glimpse of the Hollow World. Right near the end, there's a very fast sequence of scenes, and in one of them, you can see King Kong falling. He's falling towards a volcano, which we assume is the portal that he entered once he pressed his palm against that red hand print on the side of the mountain. We even saw the giant ape battling two other monsters called Warbat and Hellhawk. Before getting the axe, we see that there are these mysterious flying cars in the Hollow World. Could it be the civilization that the poster warned us about? And what are those blue glowing rocks that can't be seen in this image we found on Twitter? They look awfully similar to the blue glowing propellers on the flying cars we saw in a previous clip. Is that what Kong's civilization uses for fuel? But you know what? Those might actually be the spines of other fallen Godzillas from the past. Think about it. They're glowing blue. They're used as fuel. And Godzilla lights them up anytime he fires the atomic beam. Maybe the Hollow World is a graveyard of Godzilla's ancestors. Did King Kong defeat them all? On a related note, we want to know, do you really think that Mechagodzilla will be appearing in the movie? You can tell us in the comment section below. If you'd like more videos like these, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon so you never miss any of them. And as always, thanks for watching, guys.